Well, the thing Bears fans have been dreading and praying against and hoping wouldn't happen for the last several weeks finally happened. Our defense, battered and bruised, down key player after key player, losing key players in the game, just wasn't able to come up with those turnovers, wasn't able to come up with those big plays to kind of boister us and keep us going. We finally needed the offense to do something. We finally needed the offense to be clicking on all cylinders. We finally needed to score those touchdowns when we got in the red zone on those crucial first couple drives of the game and throughout the game, really. We finally needed those big throws, those big plays from Caleb, and we simply didn't get it from any side of the ball. I mean, overthrows. Finally, we were on the end of a very costly interception at the end of the game that basically sealed the game. I mean, all the mistakes, penalties, we said every week, penalties. Even though, again, we had some questionable calls against us, but there's no way we can lay this L on anybody's feet but our own. The play calling was not great. Just the overall play all around. I mean, the defense, I can't lay too much blame on them. They were down so many people. We lost like 3 defensive linemen within this game to, on top of all the players we already didn't have for this game. This was the game where we finally needed the offense to come in and step up for the defense. The defense had been coming through for us week after week after week, and the offense had been squeaking by and making enough points just to win, and that was great. But this was the time when we needed to score points. We knew we were coming up against a desperate Ravens team. Huntley was out there, comparatively looking like the star, looking calm and collected, getting those first downs, running after run for big plays. I mean, and finally, Derrick Henry, ran it in at the end. It was just all around a very, very disappointing game. And now we have to regroup. Now we have to get this team back on the same page. Now we have to get the offense clicking and scoring touchdowns, not field goals, because guess what? We're playing the Bengals next week. And guess what? They just put up 38 points in a loss. We haven't put up 38 points this whole season. So we've got to get it together. We've got to turn this ship around. We've been, riding on high vibes. And I'm not saying they're gone, but this was a wake-up call that we needed to get this team locked in, to get this offense and this play calling locked in so that we can get back on the winning side of the ball next week.
It felt like to start the game that the Bears were in a good rhythm, that their offense was in a good place. It seemed as though Caleb Williams started this game with some easy completions early. I like the rhythm of the calls in the offense and the game plan early to start. The time of possession, the Bears really dominated the time of possession in the first quarter, and it really seemed like they had a formula going at the beginning that could carry them through. Unfortunately, you have to finish those drives with touchdowns, not field goals. You get down there in the red zone after moving the ball down the field, punch it in. We got to get scores. We absolutely have to get scores. We got to get touchdowns going forward. And that really was the difference in the game, right? I mean, you go into the second quarter, Baltimore gets one good drive in and they score a touchdown. And after all that work you did in the first quarter, now you're down 7-6. And the Ravens, to their credit, were able to make plays on both sides of the ball, extend the lead out into halftime, and then come out again and then extend it further, right? And then when you fast forward to the fourth quarter and Caleb Williams throws a really critical, essentially back-breaking interception, right, that the Ravens were able to convert into points and score a touchdown. I mean, that's tough. I mean, that essentially kind of sealed the loss for you right there. You thought going into Baltimore that you had a chance to take this game. I don't want to say steal this game with Lamar Jackson not being out there, but it definitely felt like a game that was winnable for the Bears. But instead you lose 30-16. But those are the ebbs and flows of an NFL season, right? I mean, you can't win every game. It happens. It is what it is. Kudos to the Ravens for doing what they needed to do. The Bears got to bounce back, right? The Bears have to make sure that they don't allow this loss to get compounded and turn into more unnecessary losses like we saw last year. So the challenge is going to be put this loss behind you, put the bad plays, put the miscues, put the penalties behind you. Start cleaning those things up. We say it every week. Every week, clean up the penalties, clean up the miscues, clean up the mistakes. The Bears have to start emphasizing and doing those things and making sure that they clean up those issues going forward, because at a certain point, you can't keep saying, you got to clean it up. You got to clean it up. I mean, either you do or you don't. And if you don't, then you're not going to be able to sit there and hope your way into the playoffs. So it would have been nice to win this game. It would have been nice to come out with a record of 5-2. Instead, you're sitting at 4-3. You got the Cincinnati Bengals next week. A team that also lost. That team is going to be looking to bounce back themselves against us. So you got to prepare well, get ready. Make sure you get everything you got to go and beat Cincinnati next week. Let's put this loss behind us. Let's gear up, get ready to go into Cincinnati and get a win against them. But again, Bears lose 30-16. Let's learn from these losses. Let's study the film. Let's work on what we got to work on. Let's, again, fix the penalties, fix the holding, the false starts, fix all of those issues. The backbreaking interceptions from Caleb, we got to do better with those. We got to do better and expect better from our quarterback. But all in all, y'all know what it is. Let's put this one behind us and get ready for next week against Cincinnati. Bear down.
Bear down.
Thanks for listening to this latest episode from the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan Channel. Don't matter if you listen to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or watch it on Twitch or YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, share with a friend, hit the notification bell so you never miss a drop. And to all the guys from Chicago, we say three things: bear down, go Cubs go, and sell the team, Jerry.